All right, a little something different for this week. We were going to go up to Lidditz on Wednesday, but snow. So we got 10 to 12 inches here. Lidditz got about the same, maybe a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is take you around a little bit today with myself, show you kind of what a day is, and then I'll come back to the office, which where I'm at right now, and we will talk about why I picked Avondale and how that came about. What did the numbers look like when we took over, and what are the numbers looking like now? So that's going to be our day today and our video this week. And then Mike's going to actually come here to Kennett next week because we got a couple things in store for not only Pretzel Factories, but some other stuff that we're working on. So come follow us around. So I'm at Chad's Ford, just checking in on them. We got corporate, FSM, whatever you want to call her. Place is doing pretty well. Just had to clean up a little bit more, get some mustards and stuff in. But everything's going a lot better. We got Alvy right there without his uniform on because he's an idiot and he forgot it. And then we got Cole, who's been the named manager in the last week, back there doing some baking. So just making sure everything's going right, that we've been working on for the past couple of weeks, and hopefully the store keeps going better and better and better. At Chad's Ford, Alvy's still twisting. Kristen is helping us show Cole some back-end computer stuff. Store's looking good. We got product out. Meats are going in over here, Cole. And then our Coke machine, nice and full. That's the way it's gotta look every single day for sales. Anyways, gonna head to another meeting now and then back to the office to do the middle half of this. From there, we're gonna be coming back here and got a whole bunch of stuff going on today. So, see you later. All right, so like I said a little bit ago, today, instead of an interview because of the snow, we're gonna go over what the Avondale Pretzel Factory numbers looked like before we took it over, why we took it over, and what we've done in the past 2 years and a month actually since we took over. So in decision making for purchase, I wanted to look for something that was already making money, something that I could improve on operationally and cost wise, and grow basic revenue style. So what we're going to do is go from 2012 till 2017, revenue and SDE. SDE is seller's discretionary earnings, and that is based on obviously your EBITDA plus a couple other numbers, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but just know that SDE is where your purchase price comes from. Every business has its own multiple. For Pretzel Factories, they're trading at about 2.8 to 3.2 multiples, so I'll show you all that when we get into it. But taking a look at the numbers. In 2012, revenue-wise, they did $393,468 with an SDE of $42,309. Go to 2013, $10,000 growth in revenue, so up to $402,246 with a little bit less actually in SDE. So some costs were off and some other things were off, so $42,031. 2014, this is the year that we based our purchase price off of. So 404,911 with a 54,762 SDE. We purchased this company for $145,000. So that's based off of the SDE and a multiple, I believe, of about 2.4, 2.3. Just because Avondale, if you don't know, it's a little bit out there. So not everybody likes a rural place. But us, we live in this area, so we thought, we know this area. We can do what we want in this area, so let's pick it up. I knew right away, looking at the numbers, that I could take this number and get it up into the fives. No problem. I also knew that there was something missing here, because in a lot of businesses, and especially food, it should be about 20% in the franchise industry. So I knew that at $404,000, I should be able to get about $80,000 instead of $54,000 out of it. How did I know that? When I looked at the numbers, employment costs was 32%, when ultimately it should be 25%. So right there, there's 7%. Employment costs, or not employment, but COGS was at 36%, cost of goods sold for those of you that didn't know. And those should be down in the 20 to 22% range. Okay? So knowing that and looking at the numbers, I can fix that. So 2015, we took over in November. And taking over in November, that's why I have the question marks here. We don't know exactly how much they made before then, and obviously we do know how much we put to the bottom line, but they were trending at about the 410, 415 range before we took over, and we had a really big December that year, which resulted in a 453, 138.2. So you're seeing a nice positive growth throughout the time. Again, we purchased at 145 on 11/15 of 2015 is when we purchased Avondale. So, what do? We go in, and in 2016, revenue, we get up to $517,112.69. How do we do this? Is there money missing up here? Potentially. It's in a cash business. Sometimes owners decide that they don't need to put it in. Personally, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Every number should hit the computers. You base off your computers, you base off your tax revenue, and then this number is what you're selling off of. So if you're looking at an investment, you're looking to really make some money, why sell at 145 and take a little bit of cash when you can now, get into the 300s? Get into that a little bit later. But anyways, so 2016, we boost up to 517, 112.69 with an SDE of 119, 367.88. How do we do this? Well, employment costs, I got down to 23% with the help of a great manager, Tyler. He was awesome for us. He worked for us here and half of here, and then he decided to move on, and I'm really proud of him for what he's created afterwards. Cost of goods sold, 21%. So, I found 8% to put to the bottom line. I found 15% here. That results in a nice positive number. Obviously, at 120, I think that's about 22%, 22 to 24%. That's really good. I'm really happy with these numbers. Obviously, I'm not diving right into the P&L, but these numbers here are basic numbers, revenue into SDE, and these are the numbers that you should look for in running, especially a Pretzel factory, but a lot of businesses. Now, 2016 to 2017, revenue down $8,000, but this was actually planned. We have a very large partner in Longwood. We had a discussion, and what we talked about was, all right, let's make our product for you a little bit simpler, make it look fuller, and then we both make a little bit more money. And that was the plan here. So that $8,000 is literally that. We kept our transactions pretty close, down about 2%, but I fixed prices to combat that. And then our SDE last year was 114, 110, 33. So if we take a multiple of 3 times our SDE, in 2 years, our investment went from $145,000 to $345,000. All based off of a little bit of hard work, knowing how to manipulate the numbers, how to manipulate cost of goods, how to manipulate the employment cost to get the same results. More revenue obviously helps the numbers out a lot, but continuing to grow the SDE as well. Our 2018 goals is 575, 1, 2, 3, for revenue, and an SDE of 130K. At that rate, now we're at 390, and I just took 3 years, and I have doubled our investment. So when I look at businesses to buy, ease of use, can I get in there and help the numbers right away? Does it have a good track record of growing? Not too bad, but as soon as we got it, we jumped up a lot. And then fixing the numbers. Making sure that to the bottom line is at least 18 to 23%. And that's what we do. That's what my goal is. That's what I coach my managers to do. How do we do that? I incentivize off these. So my managers are incentivized off of creating this and making sure these numbers are in line. And that's how we do it. So Pretzel Factory of Avondale, we bought it for $145,000, and there's those numbers from previous owner. Since we've taken over, There's our new numbers. If I was to sell it this year, that would be our price. And hopefully next year, with a little bit of hard work from my employees, myself, and my management staff, that's our number. So just a little bit basics off of, you know, why I bought Avondale, how I fixed Avondale a little bit, making sure that customers are happy, they're coming back, they're doing these things. And then how are we going to get to 575 from 509? Same thing. You know, we just make sure customers are happy at all times, make sure that we have a friendly staff that says hi, that knows what our people are, and that's what we're going to do. So that's to this week's video. Next week, we will be meeting with Mike from Lidditz. We'll be talking about the dog bones and some other things. And actually, I'm helping him get to this area here. You know, he does a really good job up here. His SDE is a little bit low, and these numbers are a little bit low. You know, he's got a little bit higher rent, but this is where I coach other franchisees, and I want to continue to coach him so that his numbers make sense just like ours do. So, next week, we'll be in touch with Mike from Lidditz, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, guys.